Where we left off, you guys had gone to the Authors of Steel to get a magic chisel to break into the impenetrable boxcar. So we find you guys all after a late night working the tavern, sitting around a table. The Lils are gone. Fantasia has closed up the bars, and only you guys remain as the dim glow of lantern light illuminates your table and not much else as you have packed up for the night.
So now that we have this chisel, what's our plan? We kind of need to be on this train that's leaving, right?
I would think, yes, that all of us need to be on board the train, and... do we know, is the car that we need to break into, is it, like, separate from the rest of the train? Or is it in the middle?
I don't think we'll know that until it's unveiled.
Because, I mean, the simple answer is we all get on board the train, we cut the car off, and then we kind of have free time to deal with it as we wish.
That's true. Gives us breathing room.
Yeah, and it might be a simple matter of incapacitating anyone who is defending said car. What are we going to do with everything else on board it?
On board the train or in the car?
In the car.
I guess, do we have to do anything with it? If we're cutting the thing, then, maybe it's just as simple. The mining company would probably sweep it under the rug as a malfunction of the connection, not the car itself, and then the fact that the heart is missing, they probably wouldn't publicize.
Yes.
I feel like that would give us a bit of cover.
Well, we did speak earlier about possibly using the Sanguine Gentleman as a distraction or an excuse for us. Or not an excuse. What's the word I'm thinking of?
A distraction, I think, yes.
Not the right word, but close enough. But as a distraction while we take the heart.
Oh, right.
And they could always take that extra piece or anything extra that's in there.
We talked about cutting a deal with them.
Yes.
Yes.
Potentially.
That might be worth doing, yes. Here are my concerns right now. I have a few. The first one is, we are already semi-infamous as a group, and we might not wish to make that worse. Now, I could always give myself a different moniker for the time of the heist, but I doubt that simply changing my name will be a sufficient distraction from the rest of my worldly appearance. So, maybe disguising ourselves as either the Sanguine Gentleman. Am I getting that right? I don't know if they have a specific appearance, maybe pale as they are vampires, or... You know what is odd? Never mind, I think I understand. I was going to say vampires are, by their nature, often pale, but have a lot of blood in them. It seems counterintuitive, but I think maybe it is that their blood is in the digestion rather than in the circulatory system. I digress. Or we could disguise ourselves as employees of the train company. Find ourselves uniforms and excuses for mask wearing, and then we might move amongst the train relatively unhindered with such a disguise.
I like the idea of dressing up as train employees. I feel like dressing up as the Sanguine Gentleman might make us more enemies than friends.
Yes. Now, I just had a thought. All right, and this is going to seem odd, but hear me out. this will require some stealth. Let's say one of us, and maybe best me as I am not good at subterfuge, I simply attach myself to the underside of the train, right? Now I understand that seems weird, but hear me out. There is space between the rail and the bottom of the train, and then at a given time, I just cut the car free with the tool that can cut anything, and then I am now with the cart. All you must do is get onto the payload at such a time that I detach it, and we're all good. The two of you could go dressed as railroading employees, although now upon further thought, Saza, you might actually be the most conspicuous of all of us.
I was waiting for a moment to mention that. I don't think, despite my ability to change parts of my appearance, namely like skin color, I think that'll just make it worse. I think I'm probably the most obvious out of all of us, and even a disguise won't hide the height or the horns very well.
I was going to mention the horns.
Could you go as a passenger? And it wouldn't seem odd if Kingsdale and I are last seen in town not intending to leave?
I could certainly go as a passenger.
Perhaps you could use your demonic wiles to talk your way, at least, if not into the vault, but onto the car in question, or near it, I have always had an interest in interesting train cars, Mr. Conductor. Would you be so kind as to show me, and then...
Oh, well, do we think they're putting other valuables on this impenetrable car?
I think at least the God medal, or, I think, right?
I'm just wondering, could Saza as a passenger have something that she's like, this is priceless, it must be protected, I'm going to put it in this impenetrable car. As a show of faith in the thing, maybe?
Yeah. I do have many objects of antiquity and rare value that I could offer up for such a goal.
She wouldn't even have to be specific about it. It could just be in a box that's locked, and she, can swear that it's priceless and that she wants it in the car.
Fantastic, yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I'm thinking of the other half of this. The plan right now is only the three of us. We are not including the Sanguine Gentleman in it. This is just between the three of us, someone would steal the heart, and that's it. We leave everything else.
Well, I think what it would be is, again, this depends on the structure of the train, and if it would even be suspicious for us to walk back there. I mean, if you...
I gotta imagine that they're not going to put it between passenger cars. You know what I mean? It's specifically a car. It probably won't be the exact last one on the train. There's probably an option for staff to be able to get to the other, to the caboose. But it would seem extremely silly to me if they would put the most important car in the very middle between two passenger cars where they could not move between. They couldn't be moved between.
Right, because they wouldn't want to move through it.
Yes.
It would need to be out of the way so they didn't have to move through it to get anywhere in the train.
That's what I am thinking.
I'm just concerned that it will be under guard, and that at some point those guards will not leave upon request. They will have to be assisted in that suggestion.
After it gets disconnected, you mean?
No, I mean before, even. Well, it depends on how we disconnect it. If we disconnect it by one of us being under the train and cutting it loose, no, they might... It depends. So, is this... And I'm curious now, Zach, if you know. So, or if you have an answer for this. Is this train car... I'm asking out of character because I'm asking Zach if we know. Yeah. So, have you ever seen, a tanker car that the car is a tank?
I have seen them, yes.
Right? Or is this a train car, a freight car, and then inside of the freight car there is a vault?
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's a tanker car, there really can't be many, if any, people on it at all. We cut it loose, it's ours.
Right.
If it's a car that has 50 people in it and a vault, we cut it loose. Now we're just isolated with 50 people we have to fight, you know.
In my head, I was imagining it is a box car that is a vault, not has a vault.
So, like, the whole car
Yes.
is the impenetrable box. Yeah.
Now, okay, I'm going to be a butt. Would that preclude air from getting into it? This matters to me a great deal.
I would say no.
So air can get into it.
Does a normal vault preclude air from getting into it?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think at least some. I mean, like, sealed vaults make a great deal of sense. Or can.
This is a question that I actually just don't know the answer to.
Well, and I'm not saying that every vault does. Certainly some don't. But I think in the case of, like, I'm imagining this thing as, like, not having a door. Like, just, like, a smooth gray square, then, with no hatches or doors on it whatsoever.
There would be a door.
Okay. The reason I ask is if people can be inside of it, gassing them would be a potential. Like, not to death, but we could
knock them out.
We could knock them out before we open the door. It's a way we could handle it, because they probably wouldn't want to open the door. Or if they would, we could at least open the door and do an ambush. And but if it's airtight, then people can't be inside of it, is what I'm getting at.
So, doing a quick Google search, the answer is banks are not, or vaults are not airtight in Westerns. But they are also not pleasant to spend forever in.
Right.
I would say it's not airtight.
Okay, so feasibly someone could be inside of it, is what I'm getting to here. So even if we cut the car loose, one, there could be a guard car behind it, although I don't know how people would get through the car, so probably not. And we could cut that one loose first, let the train go 2 miles, then cut the car loose again, hack into it while they're all running. All right, so given the shape of the car, I believe it would probably be our best bet to cut the car loose, separate from any guards. So that would mean one of us would either have to be atop or on bottom of this car and cut it loose so as to not make the guards aware. Which,
So this is where I was thinking that possibly bringing in the Sanguine Gentleman would not be a bad idea, considering they are more proficient at heisting from trains than we are, and possibly riding up on a train car would be easier than either getting below or above the train, having to distract guards, and then getting our way in.
yes.
Especially if we potentially have a payday for them.
That's true. If we can offer a way to get into the car, I'm just worried they will stab us immediately in the back, which I think is a risk no matter what, because I think they're going to attack the train car regardless of what we do. So we can either offer them a carrot or just assume that they will be there and be ready with a stick. Either way, I think there's a risk involved.
Well, another thing I was thinking is, before M brought up the idea of me being a passenger on board, potentially I could stay with them and be a part of that part of the escapade. Doesn't sound like the right word. Adventure, heist. If the two of you think it would be easier to be on the train car disguised, since that's not something that I think I would be very good at.
I have a fantastic plan. Saza, your part of this will be reach out to the Sanguine Gentlemen. They are within your wheelhouse given your demonic proclivities. Myself, I already have a reputation of being sort of the worst person in town, maybe the most capable of doing harm, maybe, dare I say, the most dangerous singular person this town has ever known. So I will reach out to the railroad and say, hey, look, now I'm already doing defense for the, the event. Simply offer me a slight stipend, perhaps even a lovely car and a ticket for a guest on board that lovely train car, and I will ensure that no harm befalls the cargo, right? That we know that they have that's so important, right? Now, what this allows me to do is, one, load my guns with blanks. Also, mayhaps, this is a wonderful idea. I could, give them all special bullets loaded with an alchemical secret of the hunters, which is nothing more than, matchsticks and some glowing phosphorus powder that, when fired, might make the appearance of searing flesh, and then a vampire struck could fall to the ground, scrabbling at himself, playing up his damage, making all of us feel that we are doing a great job while are in fact doing nothing. Then, Saza, you ride up with a small contingent of the vampires, cut the car loose. We are all celebrating in our ability to keep the harmed, I say with a degree of mistruth. We all celebrate our successful defense, and I can just simply say that I will go back and check upon the payload, and then I could, play up a wound. Oh, I was shot. Oh, I nearly died. There's fake blood that we can use. Make it a theatrical event that we are doing this.
So, I guess will the Sanguine Gentlemen go for being, having their reputation sullied that way?
Well, they will successfully get the cart.
Oh.
Right, they will successfully get the cargo, because it'll get cut loose.
And then the mining company will do what to you for failing?
Well, I will have been shot, wounded in the line of duty. I cannot do anything after I've been shot many times. There's only so much I can do. I was overwhelmed. But we will have kept all the passengers safe and alive, and after all, that must be what's most important to everyone involved, right?
Probably not the company, but...
And if I find myself alone with people that cannot be convinced to not kill the vampires, I can simply dispose of them in some means. And blame their misfortune on the vampires, while wounding myself, I say lying. And M, you could be there because your foresight would allow you to tell them certainly that everyone on board the train will survive.
Right.
I'm excited for all the corruption M's about to mark.
Well, it's possible for all the people on board to survive.
Given my plan, everyone would survive. So Saza does the vampire part, we do the train part, we try to distract everyone from the vampires successfully get the thing, we use the knife to cut into it, me and you just have to play up that we got hurt, and yeah, we got it. Foolproof plan. As long as Saza can convince the vampires to work with us, and as long as I can convince the train company, which I can because of worse things out there tonight.
Hey, Cody. This is completely unrelated. I was just looking at your corruption trigger. You're using the wrong corruption trigger. Your corruption trigger is when you injure or greatly endanger an innocent bystander. Mark corruption.
Yeah.
There's not the hunt. You said when hunting a beast. It's just when you hurt an innocent bystander.
Mine says when injuring a mortal while pursuing the supernatural.
You have the old sheet. Did you print out the new sheet?
Gosh darn it, no. Well, whatever.
It doesn't matter. I was just looking at it. Because I wanted to see what Mandy's was, and yours was on the way down. Which,
if you want me to mark more corruption, honestly, I'm totally fine with that, because I would not mind getting, some new cool things.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunities to endanger innocent bystanders, in the coming episodes.
Yeah.
Also, Caitlin, yours is when you offer a false prophecy. So it's not if what you say doesn't come true, it's if you lie about prophecies to people.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then since we've gone over everyone else's, Mandy's, yours is when you make a deal that endangers your family, friends, or community. So, I like how you're all getting ways that you can hit all these corruptions.
So how do we all get back to Desperation then?
I would think maybe they could,
I could certainly make sure we have...
Oh gosh, yeah. How are we going to get back to Desperation?
Well, how do the Sanguine Gentlemen ride up on them on horses? I can make sure there's an extra horse, or what on earth is your horse's name? Begonia?
The Good Lady Begonia?
The Good Lady Begonia.
That one. I can just bring her along.
Well, no, the issue is I will be shot, not really, on a train, heading back to wherever this train is going. I think we'll just have to get to the next stop and get off. And then come back.
Oh, that's true. At least you, yes.
Well, I think me
Possibly
and Am,
him.
yeah. Yeah, because we'll both be...
Mandy, you also have the ability to teleport back to the inn.
What?
Cool.
I forgot about that.
So, Mandy can get back to Desperation, no problem. She cannot take you guys.
At a convenient time, we could be drug off the train by the Sanguine Gentlemen. They could lasso us and pull us. Oh, no. Oh, keep going. Save yourselves. We'll don our parts to die heroically.
Except that you're gonna have to show up back in Desperation.
Yeah, maybe we don't do that then. So we'll have to commit, and I'll have to go to the next town. I'll say I'll find medical attention myself, and then just simply get on the next train back and say, oh, hey, look, I'm feeling much better. I could probably make up some guff about hunters having preternatural healing abilities. I could drink some tincture that allows us to heal from bullet wounds. There are many stories that I can tell.
We can convalesce in whatever the nearest town is and then come back.
Yeah.
Actually, Kenny Shadows, have you met him? He has this electric box that, I don't know if it heals you exactly, but it makes you feel better. I was skeptical, but it worked on me.
Do you want to bring an electric box with us, and while we are convalescing in a small town, experiment with shocking me with it? Because if that is what you are suggesting for this romantic getaway from this small town, I will buy several. I'm
just saying it might be worth trying for actual healing purposes.
Okay. I'm hoping to not actually get hurt, Am. The goal is for us to not get hurt.
Right. That is a good goal.
Do you have some foresight about this event going very poorly that we should know about?
Yes. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You should definitely... Do you have any sort of bullet-resistant material? Like a vest or something?
I did that but 4 days ago. Well, I guess, I don't know. However long ago. Yes.
Did you?
Yeah. I put myself in frying pans so I wouldn't get shot full of holes.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, this would have to be something that you could still move around with.
They could be quite lightweight, if it means being semi-bulletproof.
They would stand out on your clothing, right?
You wear them underneath,
Is that conducive to heisting?
I will be doing very little more than standing and pretending to shoot. Who shoots me?
I didn't see who shoots you. I saw myself falling off the top of a train, and you reaching out to grab me and then getting shot. So, in the interest of both of us not dying, I would suggest maybe we find you something that...
Oh, no, not to worry. That'll be the fake blood pack that I'll have installed on my back to simulate a gunshot. That's probably what you saw.
Right. I hope so.
Yeah, because then that's when we'll fall off the train, and then we'll be fine.
I'm not planning to fall off a train.
Yeah, we are. That's the... Oh, wait, no, that isn't the plan. Right.
No.
You can't fall off a train. That plan's no good. We won't go on the top of the train, and I'll wear something bullet-resistant.
All right. See that you do.
All right, you all good? You guys got your plan?
Yeah, when's this happening? When's the train leaving?
Soon.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Can I do a hit the streets to find someone from the train guild? The train guild!
Mining company? Or the train?
No, I want the train.
Okay.
All right, make a roll. Hit them streets. You have to add power to this, right? Or you have to add the circle to this. It's power.
Yeah, so that is why would it not? Is it not Mortalis?
Power.
Oh, well, then I don't succeed. I got a 6.
You are unable to find someone of enough import to talk to the trains.
The trains?
Can I try to find someone from the mining guild?
No, because they're the same thing. The mining guild owns the
company.
trains.
Mining company.
The mining company.
Is the mining company also power?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're a power faction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Ooh. Okay, can I make it hit the streets and try to go and talk to the sheriff?
Sure. I'm curious where this is going. You can just find the sheriff. You know who she is.
Well, that's a 8.
Cool. Okay.
I think it's hit the streets to get what you need, name who you're going to...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Going to, and roll on their circle. So what I'm looking for is for her to be staking the reputation of, Desperation on this going well.
What are you trying to get out of it?
I'm trying to get hired to do security for this.
Okay.
I'm just changing who I'm getting hired by.
Okay, we'll play through the scene, because I don't think it's gonna go what you... let's play through the scene.
I'm going to talk to the sheriff.
So you find her hurriedly leaving the sheriff's office as looking in a rush as you stumble upon her.
Good afternoon. You seem stressed.
Just a bit. I have been dealing with the Saunders family for a week and a half now.
Yeah, so about that, I am here to offer a fig leaf for the misunderstanding. Now, I understand there's a train leaving town soon, and
you're gonna be on it? That would probably work, yes.
Actually, yes, exactly. Now, that is my plan, is to be on it. So... what I was thinking is maybe you could deputize me to defend the train, because I understand there's been
absolutely not
frequent attacks on trains. Now, why not?
The last time you shot your gun, I ended up with having to spend every waking moment keeping another family from starting a blood feud with you.
Well, sure, yeah, no, I understand that, but are you planning on making friends with the sanguine gentleman? I believe you're already in a blood feud with them.
I don't need it worse.
Are you intending to let them rob a train?
I don't know if they're robbing a train, and frankly, if it's out of this town and out of here, it's not my concern. Also, the train, the mining company's handling. I don't care about the train.
Well, I am going to be on the train, so I guess...
Now I care about the train, I hope it gets to where it's going.
You could hire me to protect it?
Why? Why would I do... The mining company already is doing protection on their own thing.
Yeah, but they're terrible at it. Well, okay, I mean, if you don't wish to, I just feel like it'll reflect poorly on our town if our exports are frequently robbed.
Our town called Desperation.
You should be more optimistic about our town. I care a great deal for this town.
Our town called Desperation, where someone came in and threatened you, so you had to use lethal force by burning them to death.
Well, I did try to shoot them first, but yeah, you know, beggars cannot be choosers.
I'm just saying, I don't think the reputation is that high. I don't think people end up here because they want to be.
I can guarantee you that why are you here?
We all have our pasts.
Yes. I'm interested. I feel like we got off on a wrong foot. I'm trying to extend an olive branch, a fig leaf, or what have you.
Sorry, I'm looking at my notes to see if I put anything that I need to remember before I start doing this off the proverbial cuff.
In the world of our game, it's fig leaves. Even though I think those are what you use to, like, cover a penis or whatever.
That has a different connotation. Yes!
It's a little bit of both. In this case, it's a little bit of both. I think this is actually accurate.
Fig leaf is like you're covering up something. Olive branch is a peace offering.
Let's just say I've not always been on the right side of the law.
Me either! We have that in common. See, we can both turn things around.
No, here's the difference. I am currently on the right side of the law.
So am I! I was justified in defending myself!
Good day, Kingsdale. I have a family to keep from murdering you.
Goodbye, I guess. You could just let them try, but whatever.
No, I can't. I don't want more murders in my town.
Won't be so many. Anyways, have a good day, I guess.
All right, Mandy, you're gonna hit the streets for the sanguine gentleman?
Yes, that is the plan.
This is gonna really dead end if we all fail these rolls.
That just means we have to come up with a new idea of what to do.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a 6, you know?
Yeah.
I know it happens, like, that's the game, but, you know, I'm used to Kingsdale rolling, you know, it's like, oh, I rolled the fight him. I rolled a 2. I rolled Snake Eyes, that means an 11.
I guess, is it a circle move, or would it be a basic move for trying to find where they are?
I think it's a circle move. I think it's the hit the streets.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to make a case for something else.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm looking at the basic ones, and the basic ones don't seem to work.
Yeah, I think that would be I think that's a circle move. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna do a hit the streets to find where they are. Is vampire wild or night?
Vampires, they're night.
Nice.
Also, Cody, mark power if you haven't marked it already.
I should also mark Mortalis, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so I just rolled an 8 for hit the streets. So choose whoever you're going to is juggling their own problem. Whatever you need is more costly than anticipated. I'd prefer that first one. I don't know if I get to choose, but...
let me see, because you get to choose. They're juggling their own problems, then, because that's what you prefer.
That is what I would prefer, yes.
Yeah, because on a hit, choose one.
I'm gonna say I do this, like, after everything is closed down, too. Like, it's, like, dead of night. I am definitely not doing this during the day where it would be obvious that I am seeking them out.
Okay.
Also, they're vampires. I don't know how much they can do stuff in the middle of the day.
You haven't asked them.
That's true. I guess they could wear hats and bandanas and, like, no skin and gloves and just, like, no skin shows. That's possible.
You just figured out why they're bandits. Good job.
Or maybe they're Twilight vampires. Maybe they sparkle.
No, I did have that thought. I'm like, how are they being bandits? I'm like, oh no, they're wearing bandanas and dusters and wide brim hats. Like, they're fine.
Yeah, they're very covered up.
All right. So you head out into night. You realize that you haven't really seen them in town, so you are searching out where you think their usual haunts are out in the near desert.
I would say that based on what I do know of them, where they typically tend to target the trains, I think at one point she literally is just like following the railroad until there's like any hint of tracks.
Mm-hmm. So that's a great idea. So you do that, and you do it well. But so you head out of town, and eventually, a couple miles down, you're able to find some tracks. And they start leading you down closer to the mountainous area. You pass some rundown buildings. It looks like a smaller settlement that used to be here that has fallen into disarray. And as you walk through, there is a gentleman leaning against a post. He's wearing all black, he's got a duster on, pants, he's got a bandolier of shells across his torso. Howdy, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I am seeking an audience with the leaders of the Sanguine Gentlemen.
Well, I am happy to relay anything you'd like to tell me. I am high enough up that I don't think you're going to get much higher. At least, not right now. We are a bit wary of outsiders.
That's understandable, and I'm willing to be patient. However, there is a deadline for the information that I have. There is a supposedly impenetrable car leaving from the train station of Desperation in about 2 weeks' time, probably a little bit less now, with some very expensive items that I believe you all are normally interested in.
And what's this little tip gonna cost me?
There's an additional piece in there that I am interested in, as well as some of my colleagues.
Let me guess, it's going to be the most valuable piece that you're going to want us to leave alone.
I'll be honest, I don't know if it is the most valuable piece, but it is the most important to a client of mine. But if this isn't something that you would be interested in, from what I understand, they are filling the entire car with god metal. And if that is not worth at least the one piece that I'm interested in, we'll certainly look for another way to get into that car. Or Godstone. I don't remember. Godstone, God Metal, whatever it is.
I think we've used them a little bit interchangeably.
Okay, yeah. I just looked at my notes and I had Godstone. I was like, oops.
I think we've used both because it is like It's not literally a stone. It's more of an ore, but
Yeah, but they know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I was not going to be pedantic either way. So here's my concern: is that this is a setup for the good Sheriff Daniels to bring us in, and I know you're going to assure me that that is not the case. However, anyone clever enough to find us and smart enough to be hired by the sheriff wouldn't admit to it. So how do I know that this isn't just a setup that will end in the death of me and my kin?
Well, first of all, you are absolutely correct in your assessment. Personally, I don't mind Sheriff Daniels, but that's not currently what I'm interested in, is helping her out. I'm more interested in helping myself out. As assurance that myself and my cohorts are not just trying to sell you out, I would, of course, be willing to come along on this heist and personally be a part of it. I just don't have the typical means of understanding how this type of thing works, which is why I've sought you out. But I'm, of course, willing to be on the front if there were a Sheriff Daniels coming after us. I don't intend to inform her. I don't intend to make this easy for somebody who wants to stop a heist like this.
Make me a persuade an NPC roll.
Sure. Ugh, I really should put more into that based on all of the talking I do.
Leveling up your skills is a little bit hard, you know.
Oh, yeah, alright. That's a 10.
Cool. And it's just you that will be needing to find a horse for?
Yes. Oh, as additional assurance, my partners will be on the train as well. So, if there's any suggestions you have for how they can help while they're on and helping us out on that side of things, we're certainly open to suggestions, although we do currently have a small plan.
Well, if you don't want them to get robbed, I suppose you give them some red bandanas that they can put on when things start to go south.
Yeah, I certainly think that we could make that work.
I don't want to shoot them by accident.
If they don't have it on, we'll find a way to make it obvious.
All right, so we will. And he gives you details of when they would meet, and he tells you to meet back here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to cover in character.
Yeah, and well, we don't have to do this part in character. I think that Saza will give them all of the information that we have. Well, yeah, basically all the information we have of according to the company, the car is impenetrable. We do have an item that can open it. I wonder if we should have two of those, one for the bandits to have and one for us to have. That might be something to think about. And yeah, timing and all of that stuff. So I think that's the general information that they would need.
He also gives you his name. His name is Edwin.
All right.
Don't smirk at me like that, Caitlin. I've named him 3 weeks. I named him at the beginning of this arc. This is pulling back the curtain on how DMing works. Sometimes it's weird to have to introduce everyone's character by name, because sometimes names just don't come up.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes you're just talking, and I'm you need to know their name so you can refer to them.
That was covered in all of the stuff we don't have to say word for word.
You guys share some shots of whiskey to seal the deal.
Yeah.
He puts some blood in his.
Perfect.
Alrighty. I have some more planned for you guys. Is there anything else you guys want to do with the heist before some time passes?
Yeah, but it's weird. So, okay, so I guess, Zach, I have a question for you. When we level up 5 times, do we erase the left-hand side of our leveling and then redo that as well?
No.
So can you only level up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times? And then you're just done leveling up? Or then you have to change to inner circle? I guess I kind of don't understand what happens if you level up 8 times.
Sorry, I'm pulling up the hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can level up 16 times.
How?
Go all the way down on the...
Oh, after 5 advances, then you start doing... Then I can select on the other side.
Yes.
I understand now.
Yeah, once you have to... Basically, before you hit level 6, you can only do the left side.
Got it. And then you can start doing the right-hand side.
Yep.
And the last thing there is change to a new archetype, and then you're a new character.
And then you have 16 and more. Well, you're not a new character. New archetype is not a new character. I'm making this distinction because you can change what ability... If you change to a new archetype, it means a shift in your story.
Right. Yes. I understand.
So, and that doesn't... There are other ways to change to a new archetype if you wanted. Like, if you wanted to, get close to the vampires and become a vampire, you could do that.
Well, I'm kind of doing... can I make a deal with Saza to get demonic powers by taking a move from another archetype and take the tainted move, the devil inside?
I mean, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I want to have a scene with Saza.
That's up to her, and for the narrative we have set up, that does mean signing a contract, Saza. I would say most likely. I don't think that's something you're going to be able to give out narratively for free.
Yeah.
Oh, do you not want to sign contracts?
I mean, look, I would say right now, Saza's kind of gone cold turkey on doing, contracts that aren't specifically related to, the business. So, that might open up some weird demon things.
Do you want to do this or do you not want to do this?
It's up to you.
No, it's up to you.
Also, Mandy, if you don't want to do it, Mandy, you can say no to Kingsdale in the scene, and there's 2 other demons who Kingsdale can go to after that.
Oh, that's actually really true, isn't it?
So it's, Mandy, you don't have to feel like you have to say yes.
What does it mean? What is it, it just means whatever we decide it means?
The Tainted, this is basically my way of getting armor, essentially. It's either that, or I take something from the wolves, but I don't really have a good justification for that.
Okay, so real quick, I'm just glancing at this. So, would Saza potentially become your dark patron?
You would be my dark patron, yes.
Okay.
That's what I would say the contract is that...
Yeah, I mean, that's
Let's talk about this off recording,
okay.
And then we can figure out what that actually means.
Okay.
So that... Yeah, because I'm not going to skim through I don't want to skim through it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. In that case, no.
All right. So a few days pass, and it is mid-afternoon when Sheriff Daniels pays a visit to M and Saza. Well, rather M, but Saza's there. Man, that was awkward. This word tapestry is going great.
I would say M's probably at a table just shuffling cards. Sheriff, good to see you.
Yeah, sorry, I was...
What brings you here?
Yes. I have heard that you have some powers of foresight, Em?
Where'd you hear that?
There's a lot of miners around town saying that gambling is bad or good on certain days.
Well, lucky for them, I guess.
Well, they were saying that you told them when to gamble and when not to.
All right.
Is this not common knowledge?
Well, it sort of depends on who's asking.
I am? The sheriff of the town. I was wondering if you could help me with something.
Okay. What do you
Does your third eye extend to the past as well as the future, or is it only the future?
I can touch an object, see its past.
Here is the problem I am having. Which you are aware of, some upstanding citizen was gunned down in this fine establishment.
Upstanding is probably a stretch, but yes.
That is why I said it with air quotes, but I would call Mr. Kingsdale the same if he were to be shot dead at the Saunders family home. Now, Kingsdale is saying they came in, threatened him within an inch of his life, or something of the sort, and he was forced to defend himself. The young man that happened to escape and said something else that Kingsdale was threatening, saying he was going to murder every one of them if they didn't apologize for perceived slights. Now, I think that Kingsdale is probably more in the right. However, if I could have some proof of that, or at least the amount to know if I should be championing him, I would find that very helpful.
What are you going to tell the Saunders family?
Well,
about my involvement?
Absolutely nothing.
All right, if you'll swear to that, then I can come with you. Saza?
Yeah?
Would you be so kind as to escort me with the sheriff? I want to have somebody around to drag my unconscious body back here if something goes wrong.
Is that a concern?
Unfortunately, it's happened before.
I'm sure it's not going to be another god you're touching.
Hush, Prosperity.
Certainly, I can come along with you just in case.
Wonderful. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, right. She leads you back to the sheriff's office, where in the back there is the body of Reuben Sanders. Are there any supplies you need? Anything I can get you?
No, just a little space.
Well, good news, this is a small room, so I've...
Say that again.
Well, good news, this is a small room, so I've given you a little space to work. That was a joke, I'm sorry.
It's fine. She goes and puts her hands on the corpse's shoulders, I guess. And I'm going to roll my psychometry. That's a 7. So I get to ask one question.
You get one question.
Can you ask what happened?
She can, basically.
So I think there's a couple things that kind of like fit with what we're going for. There would be like, what secrets or mysteries has this object been privy to? What strong emotions have most recently been near this object? Probably secrets or mysteries. Because it's like a mystery to her, like what actually happened, right? I'll go with that. What secrets or mysteries has this body been privy to?
You see yourself in the way that it has been since leaving your benefactor of an overwhelming vision. It feels like you're really there, where you see Kingsdale bring up a gun and threaten Reuben Sanders.
I will shoot you here and now.
Well, I would think...
I have no compunction about murdering you and the moron that you brought in with you. I have nothing better to do with my day. You've already interrupted my book.
It would be a shame if I weren't to walk out of this building because Miss M has someone following her right now that will kill her if I do not walk out of this building.
She's armed. I believe she can take care of herself.
Saying M can take care of herself after he says that if he does not make it out of here alive, M and Saza and everyone else will be killed. And the gunfight break out. And as you have this revelation, you are slammed back into the present.
That fucking prick. Saza, we're going back. Hold on. Once I can stand by myself, we're going back.
And telling me...
She explains what she saw, yeah.
She pulls out, she walks into the other room, and then she comes back with 3 cups and pours. Shot is too small of a word for what she pours into 3 glasses. Have your fill, as she takes a large shot of whiskey back.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. And she slams it down and she's like, we're going back to find Kingsdale.
And that's where we'll end. Hey Wanderers, thanks for listening to our campaign Desperation. As always, you can follow us on our socials, and if you like what you hear, leave us a review on your podcast app of choice, and tell a friend about the show. We hope you've enjoyed your time in Desperation. Just because it's the end of the line doesn't mean you don't have options.